Hello everyone tuning in to my YouTube as I have a very special StarCraft 2 broadcast for you guys today as two of the hottest young StarCraft 2 superstars going to be duking it out here live for you guys today. And on top of that, this is going to be for the IPL's Caster Search that they recently posted up on Reddit. So I'm going to be very excited to bring you guys this broadcast today. So here we go, guys. We're going to get into our player introductions because this game is going to be awesome. I just know it, haven't gotten to check it out yet, but with these two players, how could you possibly go wrong in a Game 3 situation? So here we go. First off, guys, going to be spawning as our Blue Zerg, former team member of FOU. He is going to be FX Open's Leenock. Then his opponent going to be spawning in our bottom left-hand corner of the map, Daybreak. We're going to have none other than Leenock's former FOU teammate, now on Team Startail, PartinG. So here we go, guys. Getting this game underway. We see PartinG already dropping that low ground pylon, actually opting not to go with the 9 scout. Very interesting that he's actually not going to be scouting Leenock. Already up to 14 supply, no scout going across the map. Now, luckily for him, we do see over here in the base of Leenock, he is just now putting down his spawning pool around 14 to 15 supply. Pretty standard timings here for Leenock, just assuming that PartinG would have had either a forge on the way already or would have scouted with one of his initial probes, but it looks like, PartinG is actually going to be going very sneaky, going to be going for the Nexus first play. Now this is a little bit dangerous. Had Leenock actually gone for something like a 6 or a 7 pull or even 11 over pull, would have been very, very difficult for PartinG to actually hold this move in a Game 3 situation. This is a very bold move by PartinG indeed. We do see back behind this, though, Leenock has very easily gotten down his expansion hatchery, as thus far PartinG has still not actually left his base, and he's playing completely blind here. So PartinG going to have to be a little bit careful. Do see him now throwing down an additional gateway even after that first forge does go up. Pylon going to be going down as well. No cannons at the front just yet, as that forge still has a little ways before it will finish up, but he is going to end up being safe, as just now the first 2 Zerglings hitting the map for Leenock, and just 2 more on the way. So we see them start to stream directly across the map. That first scouting probe is going to just now be finally moving forward here for PartinG. Overlord will now get to the front of PartinG's base and see how far that Nexus is along and realize what PartinG has gotten away with. Photon Cannon on the way. There is a pretty large gap here, so a couple of Zerglings may be able to squeeze through just before this cannon finishes. It's going to be extremely close, as we do see Leenock running forward with those Zerglings. But oh, the cannon's going to finish up, and look at that timing by PartinG, getting the cybernetic score down right as those Zerglings were going to try and get into his base. Meanwhile, though, Leenock has found the scouting probe of PartinG. Going to be chasing it down with a couple of Zerglings. Will he be able to get it? Ooh, a couple of hits go down on there. Down to just 10 hit points. It's going to be extremely close. Will he be able to get this probe back to the base? Oh, so close, and no, it will get picked off. Single cannon shot goes down on one of the Zerglings, but Leenock will manage to get away unscathed and will actually take first blood in this matchup. Right now, 1-0 Leenock. He's going to hang his hat on that. Do see now that we do have the natural expansion coming up for Leenock. Leenock additionally taking a pretty early gas here. Kind of a stylistic thing for some Zerg players. Some will prefer to go up to as much as 36 or even 44 supply before they actually will drop that first gas even, and then depending on how far they go up, either take 2 or 3 to 4 gases at once. But no, Leenock's just going to grab one of those early gases, get some of those essential upgrades, start a little bit earlier. Probably will grab his metabolic boost upgrade first, as is the standard. Really good Overlord spread across the map right now for Leenock, getting a good idea of everything that is going on in PartinG space. We'll see that additional gas guys are coming up, which does help to try and tip off the Zerg players to what the Protoss player may indeed be doing. And just as I say this, now we have some additional gateways going down in the back of the base of PartinG. Over here at his forge, he has been researching his +1 upgrade, throwing down a decent amount of chrono boost actually on that cybernetic score. So it looks like he's going to be going for a little bit of an early gateway push here, and even a 5th gate going to be getting added here. So going to be going with 5 gate +1, and he has gotten a probe out onto the map, managed to shoo away that Zergling off the Zalnaga tower with his Stalker. Very good map awareness and presence there by PartinG, as PartinG now moves across the map with this probe, probably to set down a forward pylon, and there he goes, going to cue that up just on the other side of that smoke screen. Really smart positioning there by PartinG, a lot less likely to be found. This is going to even drop a second forward pylon as well. Income-wise, we see right now just 37 harvesters for Leenock, 35 for PartinG. Leenock has taken some additional gases over here in his main layer now on the way. Roachborn on the way as well. Do not see any evolution shapers. Just now evolution shapers starting to go down here, but now we do see the Zerglings will actually spot this pylon over here by PartinG. PartinG's going to get a warp in though with a couple of zealots, and that is going to force Leenock back for now. These zealots do have +1 finished up. That means they are going to take one less hit to deal with these Zerglings, so Leenock's got to be very careful before getting out some roaches. 8 roaches now on the way to try and help defend this push here by PartinG. Leenock going to move across the map with just a handful of his Zerglings. We see PartinG actually moving a couple of his sentries and his stalker across the map, and oh so close there for PartinG as he just barely manages to get down a couple of force fields. One stalker will get taken out, but now a few more sentries warped in for PartinG, and he will trap those Zerglings on the other side there and take them out. But it did waste quite a bit of force field energy there from PartinG. You see a lot of these sentries actually very low. Not a whole lot of force fields really available for PartinG at this moment. And now the roaches are out and moving forward here for Leenock. Going to be trying to get down that forward pylon. They do manage to get it. Trying to trap a couple of the roaches with the force fields is going to be PartinG. We'll get one of the roaches. Second roach, 12 hit points. It looks like it just barely will survive. It looks like PartinG's going to actually back off for just a moment. Right now only 1, 2, maybe 2 force fields remaining on those sentries. Even cancels the forward pylons, and it looks like he's just going to back up, thinking better of trying to engage that roach ling army over here near this third base. Even a spore crawler coming up for good measure, but ooh, we might have a run by attempt here by Leenock. Bunch of Zerglings, they are going to make it into the main base here of PartinG. Going to immediately probably start going after a couple of probes. We'll get 1 probe, 2 probes go down, 3rd probe goes down, 4th probe almost goes down, but now it looks like Leenock's going to actually just take these Zerglings and move them up into the main base. Going to try and grab this probe. 5 hit points, just barely gets away from the forces of Leenock, but now into the main, but there is a couple of zealots there. No probes will be taken out. It looks like he should be able to clean up the rest of these Zerglings without too much more of a problem. 1 Zergling remaining does get picked off there, and now PartinG has secured his front, but Leenock trying to move out across the map. Roach speed now on the way for Leenock, as well as the +1 missile attacks. Looks like he has a macro hatchery on the way as well, starting to get some of his additional gas geysers so he can start teching up more and producing plenty of those roaches. So far doing really good on his queen energy. Look at that. That queen down to just 5 energy. Even his queen in his main base is pretty low, 45 energy. So he's going to be moving around on the map here, thinking about going after where the probable third of PartinG will be going up. Just now getting planted down over here is going to be that third base for Startail's PartinG. PartinG, though, in a pretty good position to defend it. Leenock right now looks like he's just deciding exactly where he wants to go. Looks like he will discover this pylon down here at this bottom corner of the map, so that will clean up the last forward pylon of PartinG. Looks like Leenock thinking about moving forward, though, over here towards the third base. Scouting Zergling will move forward, sees all the forces of PartinG, and it looks like he's going to think better of it, actually backing off with all of these roaches for now. Here comes the rest of those forces, though, from the south to meet up. Single zealot over here at the Zelnaga Tower that will get cleaned up by the forces of Leenock quite easily, taking all of those out. And now we do have a Spire on the way. Where is that Spire at? We'll just have to take a gander. Not over here. Is it in the main? No, not in the main base. Maybe over here at the third. Yes, here we go. Spire on the way for Leenock, but now Leenock's going to actually try and get aggressive moving forward, trying to work on these destructible debris. Needs to be careful. Force fields go down by PartinG, and he's going to trap a bunch of the roaches of Leenock. This is actually a pretty sizable loss from Leenock. You actually see that supply as this is all going on, getting quite even. 107, now down to 105 to 103 supply. PartinG actually evening up the supply quite a bit there as he trapped a bunch of the roaches there of Leenock. Leenock needs to be a little bit more careful than that, or he could get behind in a hurry to PartinG. Now going to be trying to poke in towards the third, but we do see that PartinG is prepared, and now PartinG actually separating out his forces beautifully to cover both of those potential entrances into his main base. Has an even Immortal now out with this army as he continues to tech up right now. 1-1 +2 on the way, and he's going to trap another bunch of Leenock's roaches. They're going to move forward. They're going to try and get a single stalker here. Will they be able to pick it off? Yes, they will take out that single stalker, but he ends up losing all of his roaches once again. Forces streaming across the map, though, for Leenock like crazy. Baneling Nest now on the way for Leenock as well. Where is he planted down that Baneling nest? Don't even know where he has it. Look, here we go. Looks like the Baneling nest going down over here. Now starting +1 missile attacks for his flying units, and 7 Mutalisks on the way, as it looks like Leenock going to be making a transition to Mutas, trying to push into the third. Once again, a couple of Zerglings might get trapped. No, they will just barely get away. Looks like he's going to try and swing on maybe here to the front. Right now, PartinG has some beautiful spotting. And, oh, traps all of these Zerglings, and they will be taken out easily as they get donated to the forces of PartinG, trying to spread them out. Not even going to get a single one of them into the main base. And now we see Leenock actually backing up for now. Needs to be a little bit more careful. He's donated quite a few of his forces, but great spotting with these observers over here at these entrances for StarTales. PartinG just doing such a good job of being everywhere on the map, but the Mutalisks are now on the way, and they are moving across the map. Looks like they're going to be immediately going over here into the main base to see what kind of damage they can do. Round of Stalkers does get warped in. It looks like Leenock going to back off for now. Trying to poke forward a little bit. Ooh, there is now an Overlord, an Overseer though, and it will spot and take out one of the 2 scouting observers. Leenock getting hip to the fact that there must have been something spotting him because of how well PartinG was reacting. He will retreat that second one back to a safer location though, and then will push it back forward a little bit. But now this force of Leenock is getting quite potent. 198 supply. He is maxed out. He's going to move forward, and oh, PartinG caught a little bit out of position. Leenock's going to move forward. Good force fields do go down though. Will back Leenock off for now. You see Leenock now backing off for just a moment. Looks like he's deciding exactly where he wants to go. Some more forces now join in with that army, and Leenock's actually just going to turn around and push forward once again. Nothing researching at the forge, but it looks like he is going to be able to take it out. This will open up a hole into the main base, and now he will get into the main, but there is a couple of Stalkers already in the main. PartinG blinks them down to the low ground though to join the rest of his army, but now Leenock is into the main base. Templar Archives is down and researching Storm, but it looks like Leenock is going to actually be able to take it out. But now here comes the army of PartinG. A couple of Stalkers blinking to the low ground will catch a few of those Mutalisks as they retreat. Rest of the army now being cleaned up by PartinG over here in the main. A couple of units actually not even fighting, but over here at the third base, we see Leenock over here will take out that single photon cannon, and the Stalker now going to be immediately going after some of the probes. A few of them a little bit low on hit points. Templar Archives getting rebuilt over here at this third base. Now we see the Mutalisks going to move over here into the natural expansion. A couple of probes will get picked off, but now the Mutalisks are going to be forced to retreat of Leenock, or they're going to be in danger of being picked off by the forces of PartinG. Do see now workers killed just up to 12 so far for Leenock, so PartinG actually doing a pretty good job of deflecting the Mutalisks here of Leenock. A bunch more Mutalisks now on the way over here for Leenock, still keeping a couple of forces forward. Needs to get these a little bit more organized. Going to poke back into the natural base once again. We'll get a couple of more probe kills. Might lose a mutant. No, will manage to escape with all of the Mutalisks. Do have that Storm research restarting once again here for PartinG. Infestation Pit just now going down for Leenock over in his main base, so he can start to move to high tech. Has established his fourth base as well. Now going to be droning it up behind this push. We do see the Mutas now. Looks like going to be moving across here to the back of the main base. Will they go in and attack? No, not going to attack. Looks like he's just going to get them out of there. They were in a bit of a tight spot. Looks like he's going to probably rejoin them with the rest of his Mutalisks. Unit counting station, guys. 29 Mutalisks out on the field. Bunch of Zerglings and Banelings out on the field, as well as he's made a transition to a Ling Baneling Muta composition. Looks like he's thinking of trying to move out and go for this third base. Will he be able to get it? No, PartinG already there to intercept. Muta's now going to go back towards the main once again. There's not a lot of Stalkers over here in this main. Looks like Leenock's going to actually try and just engage the Stalkers straight up. We'll take out a couple of them, but now here comes a lot of the Stalkers from the natural, but at the same time, we have a push over here with all the Lings and Banelings, but great storms go down by PartinG, deflecting the Zerglings and Banelings from doing any damage, but it looks like they're going to push forward once again. Mutas have left the main, not coming over here to try and reinforce. A couple of Archons morphing in. One will get picked off. Two get picked off. But now here comes the rest of the Stalkers. He needs to get these Mutalisks out of there, losing several of them. Here comes some Zerglings to reinforce, though, and to block and tank for those Mutas as he tries to pick off and lower this Stalker count of StarTales. PartinG will get a bunch of the sentries at bare minimum, but now is going to be forced to retreat once again, unit count-wise, down to 17 Mutalisks. 80 drones, though, on the map for Leenock, and he is now establishing his 5th base. Hive also on the way now for Leenock as well. +2 attacks for his melee on the way also, and pushing over here into the third. Needs to be careful, losing a couple more Mutalisks. It's going to have to get out of there. Mutalisk count now down to just 14, so Leenock actually losing a lot of those Mutas. Templar Archives has finished up that storm research. A lot of roaches and zerglings moving out here towards the front of the base of PartinG. A bunch of banelings going to get morphed in almost immediately. 10 banelings to be exact. Roaches and those mutants going to move forward to try and engage, but just a couple of them going to get picked off there. Looks like he lost a couple of his mutalisks once again as well. Now backs off from there. Looks like he's going to actually try and swing around to this north side over towards the third base. Leenock moving forward. PartinG is there though to intercept the forces of Leenock. Backs off now. A handful of forces moving over here into the natural. PartinG going to commit his whole army, and as he does that, Leenock moves forward over here towards the third base. Looks like he's going to try and focus fire down the Nexus. 700, 500, 200, 108 hit points. Will he get it? No, he does not get the Nexus. Huge save there by PartinG as Leenock going to be forced to retreat. Does not get that Nexus. Look at that. 108 hit points remaining on this Nexus. Almost going down. Tons of now Templars getting warped in here for PartinG. And PartinG, after destroying a lot of those forces of Leenock, is immediately going to take his forward Nexus. Did he see those Corruptors? No, I don't think he did. That would have actually been pretty huge had he actually noticed those Corruptors out on the map. Do have a Warp Prism now moving forward here for PartinG, and ooh, another little poke over here by Leenock, deflected immediately by PartinG. I'm kind of curious where this Warp Prism is going to be heading off to, though, and it looks like he is going to set up here just outside of the fourth base of Leenock. He does have an observer over here that has spotted this fourth base, and a big round of Zealots going to get warped in. No charge for these Zealots, but they are extremely potent. But at the same time, over here near the fifth base of Leenock, we have 10 Broodlords morphing in, now 11. But here comes those Zealots over here into this base. How much damage can they do before they will potentially get cleaned up? Here comes the entire army of Leenock to go after these Zealots. Mutalisks coming in. Here comes the Zerglings, Banelings as well, and oh, the Zealots evaporate to those Banelings just oh so very fast. Single Overlord will get picked off in the center of the map, but now that Broodlord army is ready to move out. Unit counting station, we can see in total he has 11 Broodlords moving across the map. Still has 6 Mutalisks as well with this army to help defend them against any potential air attacks. A lot of Roaches, Lings, and Banelings on the ground. Income-wise, we can see 76 Harvesters, 7 more in production. Really staying very Harvester heavy. Although I do like that style out of Leenock, because if you're going to be as aggressive as Leenock is playing, you have to have a lot of Harvesters to be able to continually remax your army. Do see, though, that PartinG is going to be taking this base up here in this northern location for his fifth base. A couple of storms going down these Broodlords. See, a lot of these Broodlords are already getting into the yellows, but here comes some Queens to throw down some transfusions, getting a lot of those Broodlords' energy back up almost immediately. Queen's going to be readjusting, but we do see that PartinG is going to be going for a run by Stalkers now over here into the natural base. We'll split off a few of them to go down here towards the third base. Here comes all the Roach and Baneling forces, though, of Leenock to clean up these Stalkers, and they are not going to last very long. Just a handful of them left in the natural, and now they are cleaned up, but there is still some Stalkers over here in the third base, and the Greater Spire is over there as well. Leenock's going to need to get over there pretty quickly. Queen just about to go down. A couple of drones getting killed off now by PartinG as well. Where is his army at? Actually not reacting to this very quickly. Now pulling back. Broodlord's still moving forward. We'll catch a couple of Stalkers, but these Broodlords are actually naked, so he needs to be a little bit careful. We'll clean up the remainder of these Stalkers over here in his third base, but he has taken quite a few worker hits. Now has lost 23 workers, and storms going down, though, on the Broodlords. A lot of them getting into the oranges and the reds as PartinG throwing down some storms. See those storms actually going down on the Broodlings. Doesn't manage to kill them, though, as they will move forward and try and attack the cans. But now another run by attempt by PartinG. Fungal Growth stops the Stalkers from advancing any further, but he does manage to blink them out of there before they take too much damage on their armor. Leenock being very aggressive, trying to push back PartinG as PartinG trying to use run-by tactics to stall out Leenock while he tries to prepare to deal with those Broodlords. Has he gotten up a fleet beacon? Yes, he has, as the natural transition is going to be to a Mothership. And does he... Ooh, look at that timing. Mothership now on the way, but just as I say that, we do have an engagement over here at the fourth base of PartinG, as Leenock is going to be moving forward, now going to be trying to lay siege to this fourth base, but at the same time, here comes PartinG once again with some Stalkers, actually not moving them, now moving them. A couple of other Stalkers over here towards the north. Looks like they will be picking off a couple of Roaches over here. Broodlords now moving forward, though, as they do take out that fourth base. Going to be able to get these Immortals quite easily as well, but over here in this fourth base of Leenock, we see PartinG doing a lot of damage to the economy. Worker count dwindling down now for Leenock quite a bit, down to 60. couple of forces will move over here to try and deal with this, but now here comes another big ball of Stalkers moving over here into the 5th base of Leenock as he transfers some drones over here. He's going to need to clean this up. He is retreating a bunch of his forces over here to deal with this. Broodlord's now moving over here towards the 3rd base that was weakened earlier in the game of PartinG. Not even full on force fields yet. Here comes those roaches and infestors, though. He will be able to fungal down those Stalkers and will clean them up over here, though, at this base. It is just about to drop, and will it go down? Yes, goes down. PartinG manages to take that out just as he loses his 3rd base. Broodlord's doing so much damage, and PartinG could be in a lot of trouble as he just has now 1 mining base remaining up here in this northern location. A couple of roaches now moving forward with some infestors trying to trap these Stalkers. Going to move out, but here comes another huge reinforcement wave of Stalkers to intercept these roaches. I think they might actually be on move command. Good feedbacks go down, and now a huge storm, and he's going to clean up these Stalkers as if, or clean up these roaches as if they were never even there. A couple of Corruptors now moving forward, but there is some Void Race now out on the field for PartinG, and he's actually cleaning up a lot of these Broodlords. Corruptors might get it there just a little too late. We'll pick off at least one. No, does not get the 2nd Broodlord, but the Broodlord count now dwindling down for PartinG. PartinG just has 1 more mining base, but the Stalkers now moving out. See PartinG throwing all of his drones over here to try and defend this. Try to get off a fungal, but a good feedback takes out that infestor. Now moving forward, this is actually Leenock's last mining base, and he's about to lose it. PartinG still has a mining base. Does Leenock actually even know that he has this base? Oh, Leenock does not even know that PartinG has that base over there in that northern location. Leenock's actually moving forward to taking out bases that, while they do have tech, there is no mining going on at any of these bases. There is a lot of workers trapped over there, though. But at the same time, PartinG has taken out the last of Leenock's mining bases, and Leenock actually only has 78 minerals remaining. Does he have any workers with minerals that he can mine? 270 right here, but not actually mining it. I don't think Leenock realizes that this is not actually just a straight-up base race, and that PartinG is actually still mining on the map. PartinG is going to take out the 3rd base of Leenock. We see Leenock actually bringing all of his drones forward now. Broodlord's moving into the main base, are going to be able to take it out. Mothership is out on the map as well. Does Leenock have any detection either? I do not. Ooh, no detection anywhere in sight for Leenock. He could be in a lot of trouble here. Really could use an Overseer before he ends up losing this lair, but I don't think he has any drones to mine any minerals. This could be huge. Fungal growth goes down, trying to delay PartinG. I think because he doesn't realize that PartinG actually still has a base in that northern location. Now even pulling a couple of drones, it looks like, to work on this pylon, thinking that this is it for PartinG, but he has no idea that this base is up here to the north. And now, oh, Templar Archives did get put down before he lost his tech. Dark Shrine going down as well. Now these Stalkers will be working on the spawning pool and trying to take out the hive here of Leenock. Leenock about to lose his last actual hatchery. Mothership over here to cloak it all as well. We see Leenock moving forward, trying to do some damage over here, cleaning up the rest of these buildings, and I think he feels like he's in a base race. He should have gotten the signal, though, that PartinG was being revealed, and he did not get it, so he is going to be moving out. Looks like he did clean up that pylon. Oh, here goes Leenock moving forward, and oh, he's going to discover there's the base. 4 photon cannons over here, and Leenock cannot be feeling good about this. And now Leenock is being revealed. One of the most horrible feelings in StarCraft 2 when you are being revealed and your opponent still has a mining base. Even taking out a couple of overlords with that mothership as he moves across the map, cleaning up the remaining buildings of Leenock. Leenock right now I think just has 1 building actually even remaining on the map, which is this extractor over here in the corner. And I'm not really sure how he's going to even be able to defend it. We now have PartinG moving across the map. Looks like Leenock wants to try and move to assault this last base, but he actually didn't even finish cleaning up the main base. Don't know if he realizes he left those buildings. Yes, he does. No production for either player at this point. But right now we see PartinG getting ready to engage Leenock here. This will probably be the final battle of the game. Can Leenock pull it out, or will PartinG manage to finish him off? And ooh, 2 really good feedbacks go down, taking out 2 of the infestors. Just 5 infestors now remaining, and down goes the infestors into the vortex. And it looks like Leenock going to actually just send his remaining forces into the vortex. Guys, this is going to be GG when these forces pop out. If your PartinG's forces should easily be able to clean up with the surround. And just for good measure, a couple of storms go down on all the units, and there is the WW for the GG for Leenock, as he is going to end up losing this game, but PartinG is going to be our victor here. So PartinG, guys, ends up being victorious here in this game 3 for the IPL Caster competition here. Wow, really well played game there by PartinG. Was just so good across the map. Really deflected Leenock's Mutalisk well in the middle stages of the game. That's really where Leenock was looking to do a lot of economic damage to PartinG. Did a lot of Roachling, Baneling attacks, but PartinG was so good with a lot of those force fields. Really, Leenock ended up donating a lot of his forces to PartinG, essentially for no losses on PartinG's side, which kept allowing PartinG to keep up in the game as far as supply count was concerned. Every time Leenock would get up a little bit, PartinG would just drag it back even with him, and Leenock just could not get a really good foothold. Made that Broodlord transition, and I thought he was going to have a chance to win the game, but he did not know this base was here by PartinG, and that has got to be the most terrible feeling in the world for Leenock. But sadly for him, that is going to be it. And that's going to be it for now for me, guys. So thank you very much for tuning into this video. Good luck to everybody else who is submitting videos for the IPL casting search. Good luck to everybody. Hope somebody great gets the position. Would love it to be me, though. Not going to lie. But for now, guys, peace easy. I'm out. Bye.